All right, what's up, guys? Artist Version 1 here, and first off, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App in the description down below if you want to donate to me, help out the channel and everything. But today we're doing something very, very special. A big shout out to Womp Stomp Films for allowing me to do this. We are doing a commentary track for their fan film of Never Hike Alone, a Friday the 13th fan film, which I happen to find highly, highly enjoyable. And I just recently found out that they are doing a sequel with, I think, 3 more planned films after that. Oh, no, I'm sorry, not a planned sequel, a planned prequel with 3 more films after that. But this one right here is Never Hike Alone, as we're about to see here. Boom, Never Hike Alone. I actually came across this by looking at another fan film that I believe has yet to even come out called Voorhees. I came across this and I was like, I'll check it out. It's an hour long because I usually enjoy fan films that are really detailed. I mean, I'll watch the ones that are like 6 to 12, 17 minutes long, such like that. And I like those. Like there's one, there's a Jason versus Leatherface that's pretty good. That's about, I want to say 12 minutes long. That I really like. But like something like this, where you can tell money was spent. Like money was spent to go into this. A lot of people were involved in this. I did quite a bit. I mean, this is an hour-long movie almost. Almost an hour long. I mean, this is technically feature length. I mean, this is, according to the Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, I mean, this is a feature length movie. Anything over 40 minutes is a feature length movie. It's just that, we can't really, call it Friday the 13th or Jason, because of the rights, but it's because it's a fan film, but, whatever. And it's kind of funny that, because, we're going to learn that our main character here, Kyle here, is a vlogger, so it's kind of mixed in with some found footage, which is kind of funny because the original planned 13th movie in the Friday the 13th series was supposed to be a found footage movie. That was the direction they were going to go with it until the movie Rings came out and kind of spoiled that for everybody, which I'm still really bitter about. Because, this is just one of those movie franchises that could just, it's like Saw. You could just keep making them and I'll line up to see them. Even though I hated the Friday the 13th remake, I still went and saw it. But yep, here we go. Here's Kyle. Here's our main character who we find out is a vlogger, a survivalist vlogger here. And he's going into the mountains here. But like I said, when I first saw this, or first discovered it, I don't watch a lot of fan films. I do enjoy them. More than likely when I find them and I eventually sit down and watch them, I more than likely end up enjoying them. I mean, that's usually the case with me. I think like, what were they? The Kruger shorts. It was like what was it? I want to say 4-part series, maybe 5, of like 6 to 12-minute shorts. And they were amazing. They're really good. But it just takes a lot for me to watch them because sometimes you click on these shorts or fan films, so to say. I wouldn't even say shorts because this is feature length. Some of these fan films are just, just horrendously made. I mean, just horrendously made. But obviously not the case here with Never Hike Alone here. I mean, like I said, money went into this one. And for the prequel that's coming up, Never Hike in the Snow, which is going to take place 3 months before this movie, money is going to go into that one as well. I believe they've already hit their goal on Indiegogo or Kickstarter. I forgot which one it's campaigning on there, but they have already got their money for Never Hike in the Snow, and I think they're going for their push goals for Never Hike Alone 2, 3, and the final hike. And there's also a music video for, I believe it's for Never Hike Alone, called Disappear. There's a music video as well. So yeah. But like I said, some of the fan films, I won't say shorts, but some of the fan films are just horrendous. You know, they're just bad. You know, but this is one that, you know, a lot of time, thought, effort, money went into, and it really shows here. And you know, this one, I mean, this is not a shot against it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here recording this right now. But this is not a shot against it, but it does take some time to warm up, so to speak. But that's the whole, you know, idea here. Now this part right here, I relate to quite a bit, making, you know, videos and everything. And, you know, it doesn't say if he's received that product from a company, but you know, I've received product from companies before and had to review them, and, you know, like that right there, like him reading his little cards and everything to try and get what it's all about. Like, I remember having to read press releases from DVD companies to you know, remember what I was going to, and I wouldn't even read, I would read them right on camera. That was my move. So, I mean, I guess he just wanted to be a little bit more professional with his, and, well, off camera he says it's a piece of junk, but that I would probably never say on camera, which is a smart move by good old Kyle here. But as for him reading this card, that's something I probably would have did on camera. I would have just read it anyway. But I like the idea of him being a survivalist because, you know, spoiler alert, when Jason shows up, I don't know if you know that or not, but Jason's in this movie. But when Jason does in fact show up, it's an interesting, you know, Jason's been up against a lot of foes, you know, in the worlds, in all the worlds that Jason has been in. I'm going to say alternate worlds here because, you know, I mean, he's been up against the likes of Tina, you know, Tommy Jarvis, Freddy Krueger, you know, and he's never really been up against a survivalist, you know, and that's an interesting person to be up against. So, like, somebody who can adapt to the elements outside and use the elements around him to combat against Jason. You know, that's a different perspective, so to speak. You know, and it's not like supernatural like Tina. You know, it's not Freddy, you know, such like that. You know, it's somebody who has to use his surroundings to adapt and survive and see if he can fend off Jason. So I think that's probably one of my favorite things about this fan film is that he's able to adapt. You know, that's probably one of my favorite things. Oh, excuse me. You know, still vlogging here, you know, and I think he just finds the secret path, so to speak. You know, I will say there is one thing that does bother me about this, and it's coming up here in just a minute, and I'll mention that when it comes up here. But good old Kyle, you know, kind of has a Blair Witch type of vibe to it here. You know, taking down the tent, everything like that. Oh, sorry, I had to take another sip of my drink there. But yeah, I reached out to Womp Stomp Films because I saw that they were making Never Hike in the Snow, and I sent a message out to them on Twitter, and I was just like, hey, would it be okay if I you know, post this on the YouTube channel with a commentary track? If not, that's cool. And they sent me a message back saying, yeah, we love when people do live watches or such like that. Go for it. It's perfectly fine with us. So I was like, wow, very kind of us. So again, I'll probably say it many more times, but thank you again, Womp Stomp Films, for allowing me to do this. All right, now here's the part that I just, you know, it kind of seems a little unbelievable to me. It's coming up here in just a few moments here. I believe he finds no trespassing or do not cross? Yeah, no trespassing. It was one of those two. But here's the no trespassing sign that we all know, we know something's about to go down now. Oh, here we go. We got our first POV right there. I wonder who that is. It ain't Freddy. See, okay, look, right there. There's our boy right there. He's back there. Okay. He's getting a closer look. He's like, who's over here? How did he not see him? Like, that's the only thing I find a little unbelievable about this. How did he not see him? I understand it's Jason, and like right there. Like, how did he not see that? Like how? That's the only thing I just find a little unbelievable about this movie. Don't get me wrong. Again, thank you, Womp Stomp, for allowing me to do this, and I am not knocking anything about this movie, but like that's the only thing that just bothers me is just like, how in the hell did he not see that? He was like literally inches from him. I don't know. That's the only thing Yep, and that's where old Kyle went wrong. He trespassed. And it's funny if you think about it, because this whole movie is just Jason pissed because dude trespassed on his property, if you really think about it. Like, imagine that. Like, Jason just, in his brain, he's just like, man, why'd he come on my damn land? So he's standing there like, did you really just trespass? This sign says no trespassing. Can you imagine Jason thinking that? Like, dude, this sign says no trespassing. That's exactly what you just did. Well, now I'm going to kill you. So, that'd be an interesting take, Jason. And then here we go. We find the, I believe, cabin, I believe it is. Is it the cabin or the barn? Can't remember. A barn, that's right. There is no cabin here. But that'd be an interesting take of, instead of Never Hike Alone, it was, Jason just captures this kid and takes him to court for trespassing. That'd be the one I'd like to see. Maybe that's the sequel, But again, this is the, I like the survivalist thing going, ringing that bell again. I like the whole survivalist thing because, that's something that Jason has never been up against before. Usually going up against, either dumb teenagers, which that's usually there's a group of 7, 6 of them are dumb, and one of them is going to outsmart them somehow, or one of them supernatural, aka Tina. One of them's nuts, a.k.a. Tommy. Let's face it, Tommy's nuts. And one of them is a demon, a.k.a. Freddy. So a dream demon, so to speak. So the question is, like, not the question, I should say, but like the funny thing is, like, by this point, if this were any other Jason movie, not the fan film, if this were any other Jason movie, this dude's dead by now. Like, now Jason's just toying with him. Because, dude's already trespassed on his land. Jason was nice enough to put up a no trespassing sign. Keep people out. I think Jason was okay. He was in his own little spot. His little survivalist thing. Hey, you stay over there, I stay over here, we'd be okay. But he trespassed. I mean, really, if you break it down, that's what this movie is. It's Jason being pissed off that he trespassed. But it's still good. And there it is, Camp Crystal Lake. Which I found, like, I thought they could show Camp Crystal Lake, like the words, but then he actually says Camp Crystal Lake, which I thought that would be the rights issue with this movie, whether it's a fan film or not. I thought you couldn't say Camp Crystal Lake. I really thought that'd be a copyright issue, but turns out it's not. So, I mean, this movie was sold on Blu-ray and everything like that. So I think that, they must have found some way around it because I think you can put it on, YouTube and Vimeo and such like that. No problem. But selling it, I think, is the issue. But I've seen it on Blu-ray, so people probably bought this. So I guess they found a way around it, you know. So, hey, but hey, good for them, man. You know. All right, here we go. We found the barn, and for some reason, this barn reminds me of New Beginning. For some reason, I don't know why. It just always reminds me of New Beginning, especially coming up here in a couple moments here. It'll totally get. Yeah, there is a cabin. I thought there was a cabin. You know, it's been a couple months since I actually watched this. I think like a couple months ago, I was just like, I haven't watched Never Hike Alone in a while. I'm gonna fall asleep watching that. I like to fall asleep watching stuff, and I ended up watching the whole movie. Didn't fall asleep, but I ended up watching the whole movie. But here we go. We see one of the old cabins here at old Camp Crystal Lake, while Kyle here is taking a look around. That is his name, right, Kyle? Hopefully I am. If not, that's his name right now, is Kyle. So there we go. He's taking a look, and now we see a glimpse of the old 80s here. We're going to see all this old stuff he finds. But is it really? Well, yeah, I guess so. I was like, is it really that cold to where he needs his hoodie and his beanie on and such? Let's see what's in the box. What's in the box? There's the old camp book. A whole bunch of stuff. And apparently, I recently read that if you look closely, where is it? If you start to look closely, you'll see red tags on the ground and such like that. You'll see red tags. Apparently, those are the police markers from the original bodies of Friday the 13th, the original from 1980. And that Playboy we just saw is actually from the year 1980 as well. The original year the first movie came out. So, fun facts. You learn with me too. You learn. You also get to... Yeah, see, there we go. There's a red tag right there. So there we go. All the red tags there are apparently were all the original deaths happened in the original movie. So... And there we go. There's the original Playboy right there. I can't remember the exact date on it, but like I believe like one of the international dates match up with the same date as the Playboy. Like whenever Friday the 13th, the original, came out in Europe or such like that, is when that same Playboy came out. I can't remember what European nation though it was. But it's still the same year here in the States. And here he is just exploring. So he's basically exploring the first cabin, from 1980. Because if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that this has to be, considering the ending that's coming, I'm pretty sure this is set in present day. I'm at the time of this movie being released, I'm sure it's set in present day. Although it'd be an interesting twist if this, this was set in the sleepaway camp universe. Wouldn't that be an interesting matchup? Angela versus Jason? That'd be good. I'd watch that. Jason think he's up against some girl and everything, and haha, surprise, That'd be good. There you go. He's taking a look around here. This was a little dragged out for me, but again, you got to build the tension. But again, you also got to wonder too, where is Jason in all this? Because again, any other Jason movie, this dude's dead long before now. You've been dead at that no trespassing sign. Let's be honest. But since, it's a fan film and we want to drag it out some, we got to let him live a little bit, we got to let him live some, give him a fighting chance, but yeah, if this was any other Jason movie, at that no trespassing time where I can't believe he did not see him, like I said, that's my only real big gripe. It's like, how in the hell did he not see him? How did he not see Jason? Because Jason would have had his ass right there. That'd been it. Movie over right there. that teaches you to never hike alone. Boom, done. You know. See, there's another tag right there. And I believe that it was the first one is when, no, that wasn't it. Never mind. Don't mind me. I'm just stupid. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking, wasn't it the first one where there was somebody standing on a tree and he wrapped the barbed wire, or she wrapped a barbed wire around it and strangled him with barbed wire? Wasn't that the first one? Or am I thinking another one? I don't know. There's so many kills in the Friday the 13th series that sometimes they kind of all blend together. And if you look in the bottom left there, you see his battery power. That's something that's pretty cool as well. You see how much power he has left throughout the movie. And that's something where, like, a Blair Witch Project doesn't show you. Where, I mean, they kind of make a line about it in the movie where they say, you know, we have enough battery power to, you know, power a small world country. That's supposed to tell you, like, hey, this is why we have all this battery power to keep filming. But here, it actually shows you how much power he has, and you can keep track of it. Like, at the beginning, he had full bar battery. Now he's at 3, you know, and you can kind of keep track of his progress, you know, there. So I find that really interesting. You know, you can actually keep track of the progress, and you can see that the camera is dwindling away. Oh, excuse me. As the movie progresses, which I kind of dig, you know. But being a fan film, you know, obviously, you know, Womp Stomp, the director, writer, all that good stuff. Obviously, they're fans of Friday the 13th. That's, you know, no, there's no question there. And I will say, while I am a Nightmare on Elm Street type of guy, I prefer the Nightmare on Elm Street series. I mean, I have watched through the entire Friday the 13th series a couple times, and I do enjoy some of them. I will say, not a huge fan of the original. You know, I do like 2 and 3, 4, and, you know, I have a soft spot for 5. You know, a lot of people, you know, kind of rag on 5, you know, because it's not really Jason, it's Roy. But I kind of dig it. It was trying to do something different, and I really liked it. 6 is good. 7 I'm not too fond of. I think it's meh. You know, but it's not one of my favorites. You know, if I'm watching through them all, that's one of the ones I can skip over. You know, I can be like, forget 7, let's just go to 8, because I dig 8. You know, again, that's another one people are just like, ugh, 8. You know, but I can get behind 8. I like it. You know, it's cheesy. You know, how does a boat from, you know, a New Jersey, from Crystal Lake get to New York? But, you know, whatever. You just got to suspend the disbelief there. I mean, we're dealing with somebody who's been killed 7 times coming back from the dead here, you know. So, and then Jason Goes to Hell is, you know, Jason Goes to Hell, you know, and to me, this is kind of like Jason Goes to Hell in a way where, and see, look, half battery now. Look at that. This is kind of like Jason Goes to Hell in a way where, Adam Marcus was trying to be like, okay, you know, we're not going to give you Jason right away. And then when you get him, it's like a prize. And that's kind of like what Never Hike Alone here does. You get like a little glimpse of him in that one at the no trespassing sign. Okay. And then when you finally get Jason, you get him, you know, he's there for the ride and everything. So this kind of did what Jason Goes to Hell should have done, you know, if that makes any sense. You know, Adam Marcus was trying to, you know, build the suspense of Jason, and it just kind of didn't work the way he wanted it to, whereas Never Hike Alone here kind of got it right. You know, he's building up the suspense of Jason, because like I said, it kind of feels like it drags on, but then you kind of understand, like, okay, you got to wait for it though. You know what I mean? Jason X was the only Friday the 13th film other than Freddy vs. Jason that I went and saw in theaters at the time. That was the only one I ever got to see in theaters. I have some recollection of going to see 8 in theaters, but I'm not for sure because I was so young. Of course, Freddy vs. Jason, it's like one of my favorite movies ever. And I went and saw the remake in theaters, and that was kind of a mistake. I'm not a big fan of the remake. I just think I don't know. It's more of a murder mystery movie than a slasher movie. It's like, all right, we got to find the sister, you know. So, like, I actually prefer this movie, Never Hike Alone, to this is the scene right here that I was mentioning earlier that reminds me a lot of Part 5. I don't know why. Just maybe because Roy was thrown off that thing at the end there. So that's probably why this reminds me of Part 5 quite a bit. Just this one little scene here. You know, I'm just like, I get a real Part 5 vibe here, you know. But I actually prefer this movie compared to the remake, you know, the Friday the 13th remake, you know. But yeah, this gives me a real Part 5 vibe, you know. But it's also, you know, foreshadowing, you know. Because you know that's going to come in play later. Otherwise, they wouldn't be showing it. You know. I think this whole part here is like Easter eggs and foreshadowing, because you see a lot of the red tags and you just see some stuff that they're setting up for later. I mean, that door above the ground, it's basically like, hey, we're going to use this later, you know, which, I mean, you would know that the first time you watched it. I don't need to sit here and tell you that. I mean, if you've seen this, even the first time you watched it, you're like, oh, okay, that's going to come in play later, you know, so no surprise there. All right. And then is this where, no, okay, sorry. Never mind, getting ahead of myself. Gotta find some old photos here. All right. See, again, any other Jason movie, this kid's dead by now. You know? But I think at this point, just, you know, you gotta understand, but like in this world though, Jason's been living out here for, you know, God knows how long. You know, probably hasn't killed a lot of people and everything. So at this point, maybe he's just having a little fun. You know, he's like, all right, somebody's out here. You know, haven't killed anybody in a while. Low battery. I haven't killed anybody in a while, man. Time to have a little fun. And there he is. We still don't kind of see him, though. See, he's covered up by the sheet and everything. You know, you still don't see him, and there's the door again. See, I like, how, you know, he's wrapped up in a sheet and he fell out of there. How do you survive that without breaking a bone? I mean, even for a survivalist, I mean, whoo boy. I mean, good for him. I mean, where's Roy when you need him, you know? Feels like Jason's had that happen before. Like, you know, he just had that bowl of weapons right there. It was like, And then there we go. There's our boy right there. First time in the flesh. But here we go. The first fight scene. Kyle versus Jason. Place your bets. I always hated that line in the Freddy vs. Jason trailer. I'm so glad they got rid of it in the movie. Freddy vs. Jason, huh? Place your bets. I hated that line so much. Anyway. But here we go. The first encounter between Kyle and Jason here. And Kyle is going to get away. You know? Who would have thought? See, in the Jason that they're utilizing here is kind of remake / part 3 Jason, I want to say. Part 3, part 2, something like that. I think it's part 3 now I think about it. Where he's all, and also I want to say it's kind of like Kane Hodder Jason as well. It's kind of like a mixture of like every Jason ever, you know, pretty much. Because look, you see, he's booking ass right now. He's booking it, you know. But he also does the stealth type of thing, because, a lot of people get a little pissy, including myself, when they see Jason run. I don't like when Jason runs. I don't like when my Jason runs, okay? I like it when he stalks. I like that, But people tend to forget that Jason has run. He kind of did that in the first two movies. First two he was in, 2 and 3. I think around 4 is when he really started doing the stalking thing and the teleport thing. We're like, oh, I got away. And then boom, he just appears right there. I believe is when he first started doing that crap. Could be part 6 I'm thinking of, though, but I don't know. I'm not a big historian on the Friday the 13th series. Now, if we're talking Nightmare on Elm Street, it'd probably be a different story. But my point is that the Jason that they're using here to me, it's kind of like, it's kind of like a melting pot of all of them, because at certain points you see him start booking it. He moves very quickly, and at some points you see him use the Kane Hodder style. Like, look, there's the head turn, and wait a minute, I think he does it here. I think there's the head turn, and is he gonna do it? Come on, do it, just so I can prove a point here. I'm pretty sure he does it eventually, but Kane Hodder does this thing where he turns the head and then the body moves with it. And I'm pretty sure this cat does it eventually. I'm pretty sure he does the head and then the body move, And he has like the swift moves too, where he may be slow, but he chops, like he just swiftly moved the machete and everything. See, and now this is where it gets a little interesting because, again, any other Friday the 13th movie, if Jason encounters you, more than likely he's done found you by now, you're dead. But he's dealing with a survivalist. This is somebody who knows how to adapt to the environment, use the environment, use his surroundings. Why hasn't Jason found him? Because he knows what he's doing. This cat here, he knows what he's doing. So it's really interesting that he hasn't been found yet. Here we go. We get another, Blair Witch Project type of moment here where he is basically saying his goodbyes. Just in case. Just in case he doesn't make it. He's letting everybody know that Jason's real. It's not just a myth. It's not just a story. This crap's real. I think a lot of found footage movies have this type of moment in them sometimes, where they have the Heather moment, so to speak, where Heather has spoken to the camera and basically said, I'm sorry, with the snot coming out of the nose and everything. Because you gotta think, it was kind of like dusk when he got away, and now it's nighttime. So, he's obviously doing something to evade Jason. Right? He's obviously doing something right. Because look at all the other Friday the 13th movies with people who have evaded Jason, and look how long they've lasted when they have evaded Jason. Not very long. Again, like they're like, oh look, I got away, and then they turn around, boom, he's right there. Whereas this cat here, he's gotten away and he's stayed alive for quite a long time here. So he's obviously doing something right, But his battery just died. At least I'm pretty sure it did. His battery's low when he fell out of the damn barn, so I'm pretty sure. And now he's searching for his bag because his leg is pretty badly damaged, and if he can get to his bag, he can help his leg here. And this is a very I wouldn't say a very reminiscent of it, but it kind of reminds me of the video game, the Friday the 13th video game that they came out with. And speaking of which, there is another Friday the 13th game, the Friday the 13th puzzle game, which is actually a pretty pretty solid game. It's difficult. Let me tell you guys that. It is difficult. I've played it, and it's very difficult. But there is a Never Hike Alone theme with it. There is a Kyle, and there is a Never Hike Alone Jason in that game. Yeah, just fun fact there for you. It was actually released in 2018. So, yeah. But it's a challenging game. Like I eventually just had to stop playing it because I couldn't beat this one level, and I was like, the hell with it, I'm not playing it anymore because I couldn't beat it, you know. But it is still a fun game though. I will say that. I have yet to play the actual Friday the 13th game, but still. Here we go. Jason's getting a sniff here. You know how Jason is with his hunches. You know. He's able to get to his bag with yikes. Oof. I can usually take some good gore, but good God, you know. And we're about to get ready for. I couldn't imagine having to do that. I mean, if my leg was cut that bad, I was, you know, I'd be screwed. I just be like, next time he finds me, well, it looks like I'm dead. You know, oh, look at that. Oh my God. That is impressive. The effects on that were just impressive. You know, and you can tell that was practical. That wasn't a CGI bullshit either. That was good. Good stuff. Alright, now he's got all of his stuff together and he's preparing now. He's ready for him now. Almost ready for him. He's looking for him now. Well, I wouldn't say he's looking for him, but he's going to get ready for him now. He's going to get ready for that final showdown. Okay. Because again, you know, this is another new adversary for Jason. This is, you know, not something he goes against. It was a great shot. I love that shot right there. Sees him through the hole there. But this is another new adversary for Jason. You know, this is not something he's usually up against. A survivalist guy here. So it's very interesting. You know. So Jason saw you. He saw you. You just burst through the door. See, again, very reminiscent of the new video game, because even though I'm pretty sure this came out before the video game. I'm like 99% sure. But in the video game, he can do that. He can just burst through a door like that when you get to a certain point. So that's pretty cool how he just burst through the door. That was really cool. Oh, wait. Let me see if he does the head thing here. Here we go. He's turned the head. Turn the head. And body follows. Oh, no, he disappeared. Fuck. I know. I'm pretty sure he does that Kane Hodder move. Like, I'm pretty sure of it. But I don't know. Like I said, this Jason's like a melting pot of all the other Jasons that have come before him. You know? I mean, Ken Chrissinger, Kane Hodder, I mean, all of them. I mean, that was great. Jason's just like, did you really think that was going to work? There's a choke slam through a table in that WWE style. There's the head tilt. You know, the good old head tilt. Oh, no, he turned the body with the head. Huh. Okay. Maybe he doesn't do that move. I could have swore he did. See? And see? Look at that. You know, usually Jason is the one pulling that move where, you know, you take Jason down and, you know, you turn around to do something and he's gone. Well, this time somebody pulled it on him, you know. See? Yeah, now he's ready for him. There's the shovel from earlier, you know, that he was trying to review for his vlog. That comes back into play. I will admit, that got me when the first time I saw this. I was like, holy crap, the shovel. You know, like that's back in play. That's one thing I admit I didn't see coming. And there also is another big thing coming that I did not you know, notice first time I saw it. here, so. And there goes the shovel. Or the triple thing. It's like 3 things in one. It's a shovel. Oh. The mask is off. That's how you kill him in the video game. So again, man, there's a lot of, even though this came out before the video game, there's like a lot of comparisons to the video game, because to kill him in the video game, you have to knock his mask off. So again, there's like a lot of comparisons to the video game in here, which is really weird. It's like they took a lot from this movie to make the video game. You know, you're battling Jason. He can burst through doors. You have to knock his mask off. I mean, it's pretty. That's coincidental. You know, for a survivalist, you're not really. You know, he's not really hiding that well right now. There's the axe from earlier that he dodged, which now he's got something better than that shovel. You know, I would have took the axe over the shovel any day. But I believe he's on the pier of Crystal Lake, is he? He got cut there, so he's trying to bandage that up real quick. See, again, something very reminiscent of the video game. The Friday the 13th video game, where, you know, if you hope you get a second from Jason, you try and bandage up. You know? It's so weird. No, you're too late. You done goofed. Oh, no. Oh, and there it is. We all know that moment in the movie. There it is. Kyle's out. Oh, he had a good run, though. But wait. What's this? Oh, looks like we got ourselves a little double knockout here. You got Jason, and Jason got him. Well, they both had good runs, you know. Jason got an axe in the throat, and uh-oh, what's this? Oh, what the twist! The survivalist guide protected him, huh? I mean, it still went through, but again, another Jason movie that probably would have went all the way through his body, you know. But again, you got to make it competitive, you know. If there was like other characters around, you know, still surviving, then yeah, he'd been dead right there. But since he's the only one fighting him, then yeah, it's just gonna pierce the book and pierce his skin there a little bit. So, because again, you have to give him a fighting chance, you know. But it's still pretty good. Like I said, you know, while I do compare it to other Friday the 13th, this is still pretty awesome. Just because, you know, somebody went out of their way to, you know, get the money for this, and then just for a fan film. You know, like, you know, somebody was just like, oh, you know what, I'm going to spend like millions of dollars on this, or hundreds of thousands of dollars on this, you know, just for kicks. You know, it's just, you know, just amazing to me, you know, and it's Womp Stomp Films that have wonderful job on this movie. It's just so great, you know. And Jason's like, did you really think? I love that transition. I love that with the moon and the eye and everything. That was great. All right, Kyle, getting out of here, boy. He saw Jason take that axe out, man. He's like, you know, time to be breezy. He's like, I'm out of here, bro. It's time to go. Found some fresh water. See, and again, this is another scene that reminds me of another Friday the 13th. It kind of reminds me of the remake. You know, kind of reminds me of a scene in the remake. I don't know why, but it just kind of does. Like when I look at it, I'm just like, and that's the tag where, oh shit. But just FYI, that was the tag where Pamela Voorhees died. Jason's been waiting for you there the whole time, and oh, here we go. Your survivalist skills didn't really work out, man, and good night. Ah, psych. Ah, he was dreaming, just like in the first one. But I believe that kill was a callback to part 7, to a kill that was taken out. Well, not taken out, but it was very, very drastically edited. So, and here we go. We got the he's reading dude's Playboy he found. There we go. But here we go. Dude's been rescued here. He's been rescued, and we're about to get the final surprise, so to speak. You know. Well, not so to speak. It's the final surprise. What the hell am I talking about here? But there we go. He's been rescued. He got away from Jason. He saw Jason pull the axe out of his neck. He got the hell out of there. You got to see where Pamela Voorhees died. He's seeing stuff now because he's now going to have PTSD for the rest of his life, I'm sure. Because you don't just walk away from this unscathed. See, I like this right here with the red lights, everything. That's dope. Hold on, I just gotta enjoy this right here. This is good. See, now he's really out there, man. He's just gone. I mean, that's PTSD for you right there, boy. I mean, that's how like out of it he is, you know. I mean, come on. That would screw anybody up, man. Imagine if that really happened to you. Oh, my God. And how quickly... Oh, man. Like, I buy it. I buy it wholeheartedly that he would react that way. And here we go. Surprise! And at first, I thought it was just a cameo with Tom Matthews. At first, then they called him Tommy. I was like, holy shit, he's actually playing Tommy Jarvis. You know, I thought that was the interesting thing, is that he's actually playing Tommy Jarvis again. You know? So, I was like, wow, you know, they actually got Tom Matthews. But Tom Matthews seems like he'll show up for anything these days, you know? If you tell him, like, hey, we want you to show up for this, you know, horror thing, he's there, you know what I mean? Seems like a pretty nice guy, though. He even showed up for like 2 seconds in that music video for social media castic, you know. But he seems like a nice guy to just do this type of stuff, you know. But it's amazing that they were able to get him for it. I don't know what the budget for this one was. But still, you know, the fact that they got Tom Matthews to come back and reprise this role and everything, that's pretty dope. I guess they couldn't get Corey Feldman, you know. That'd be even sweeter. Don't get me wrong, I love Tom Matthews, you know, Return of the Living Dead and everything, but if they would have got Corey Feldman, man, I would have crapped my pants probably, you know. And here we go. Here's the shout out to Sean Cunningham here, Old Cunningham Road, right there. Because of course you gotta mention Cunningham. You know, Sean Cunningham, the creator of the series here.
We're heading back to County Medical, but we may have another lost hiker out here on
Yep, good old Tom Matthews. I used to always think his name was Thom. Because, you know, it's Thom, Thom. Oh, he notices it. And for a split second, I actually thought Jason finally got him. You know? I was like, oh, it's finally happened, man. Jason finally got his payback on this kid, man. Only took him 30 years. Or almost 30 years to finally get him. But as we're about to find out, we were wrong. Oh no. Got a paramedic. Send more paramedics. Yeah, am I right, Tom Matthews? Am I right? No? Okay. Look least Jason was nice enough to close the door again. You gotta give him that, you know. See, how freaked out would you be if you're laying there and this shit's going on around you? Like, how messed up would that be? And there's Jason. He's like, yeah, what you gonna do now? You're all tied up and everything. Let me grab this real quick. Hey, remember this axe? Yeah, the one you put in my neck? Like, at that point, you know it's over. He's like, what? And it looks like they're going to get away here. But looks like Jason's not going to go quietly into that good night, you know? Just walks after it. See, the question is, how far does he walk after it, though? You know, I guess we'll find out in Never Hike Alone 2, whenever that comes out. Because Never Hike in the Snow is going to be out in 2020. So I guess we'll find out how far he walked after that ambulance, I guess. You know? And there it is. That was Never Hike Alone right there. Great, great Friday the 13th fan film made by Womp Stomp Films. And again, thank you very much, Womp Stomp Films, for allowing me to do this fan commentary here for a great movie. There it is. Tom Matthews right there. Again, and this is just fantastic. And again, they're working on a prequel right now, Never Hike in the Snow. You can go check that out, I believe, on Indiegogo or Kickstarter, one of those two. Probably Indiegogo. I don't hear that much about Kickstarter anymore. You can help fund that. You can help fund the next sequels to Never Hike Alone 2, 3, and 4, The Final Hike. You can do that. You can get some sweet perks while you're at it and everything like that. So, yeah, that's going to be all for me. I have nothing else left to say. I'm going to let the credits here roll. And, yeah. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this, you know, like you did my Night of the Living Dead one, then hey, right on. If not, then, you know, whatever. But again, thank you very much, Womp Stomp Films, for letting me do this. I greatly appreciate it. And for those of you listening, again, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, in the description down below if you want to help donate to me, donate to the channel, all that good stuff there. Until next time, I am the Artist Version 1, and guess what? I'm out.